On the way to the snowy mountain, my wife's first love and climbing coach made a joke. I've taught so many students to remember to breathe oxygen when climbing mountains, but I've never seen what happens when they don't breathe oxygen. When my wife heard this, she immediately asked me to throw away the oxygen tank and demonstrate to her first love. I refused, but her first love attacked me from behind, snatched my oxygen tank, and they both left. When I was on the verge of death, I was found and treated by mountain climbers. I survived, but one of my ears became deaf. In the hospital, I finally gave up and filed for divorce, but my wife, who had always been domineering, panicked. "Mr. Chun, stop pretending. You didn't even tell us you were coming back, but you had to call me today." His wife Lily rushed into the ward with a complaining look on her face, ignoring the words, "No making noise," posted on the wall. I thought that if I became deaf in one ear, the world would be a lot quieter. But now, Lily's voice seems particularly harsh to me. Lily took a few steps before she saw me lying on the hospital bed, and she was obviously a little surprised. "You are a grown man. Why are you pretending? If you are like this, I will not feel sorry for you, but will be even more angry. Do you know what day it is today?" From the moment she appeared until now, she has been emphasizing that today is a special day and has not shown any concern for my injuries. I sneered in my heart. What day is today? It is none other than the birthday of Lily's first love, James. Seeing that I was silent with a cold face, Lily sat down on the edge of the bed. "That's great. You can come with me and show James that without oxygen, it's just a skin injury at best. It won't be fatal. I won the bet." As she said this, she was about to pull me up. Seeing her being so unscrupulous, I really couldn't bear it anymore. The moment Lily gambled with my life, my heart died. "Let's get a divorce." Lily was stunned at first, and then she took my hand and placed it on her chest. "Hubby, don't be angry, you're okay, right? I knew you would be fine." She used to be like this. No matter what she did wrong, as long as she acted coquettishly, I would forgive her. If I hadn't seen with my own eyes the look of Lily turning away resolutely before I passed out, I might have chosen to tolerate it again. But one of her jokes almost cost me my life. It also made me realize that this marriage was a joke from the beginning. I had persisted for 5 years, and it was time to end it. "See you at the entrance of the Civil Affairs Bureau tomorrow afternoon." "Victor, what do you mean?" Seeing my abnormally firm attitude, Lily was obviously panicked. She realized that I was serious this time. "Shingy, don't be angry. James and I are all in the past. The fact that we can be friends now proves that there is nothing between us. Let's go. Let's go to his birthday party together after we are discharged from the hospital." She tried to explain to me, but she still couldn't stop talking about James. Since she liked James so much, I would help them. Lily's eyes turned red as she spoke, with a bit of grievance. In the past, I would feel pity for this, but now, I just feel disgusted. I pulled out the needle, stood up, and walked out of the ward before Lily could react. "Victor, I've already apologized to you. What else do you want?" She finally couldn't pretend anymore, and her patience ran out. But I just let her roar behind me without turning around. It turns out that being deaf in one ear has its benefits. At least it makes my mind clearer. In the rearview mirror, I saw Lily running after my car for a few steps in frustration, which reminded me of everything she had done a few days ago to please James. She teamed up with her cousin to persuade me to join their snow mountain climbing activity. During the activity, James, in order to show off his professionalism, boasted that he was a mountain climbing coach and had conquered Mount Everest. In front of me, he even pulled Lily and walked at the front of the team. Coach Lou and Lily are a perfect match. I wish I could meet a man like them. Yeah, it looks so beautiful. "Stop talking nonsense. Lily's husband is behind us." The students' discussion came into my ears, without missing a word. But when everyone knew that Lily was my wife, they looked at me with complicated expressions. "Everyone, work hard. Let's sprint and conquer the 4,800-meter altitude." James shouted from the front, and Lily clapped in agreement. Our team is amateur to begin with, and climbing 4,000 meters above sea level was already difficult, and now we have increased it by 800 meters. This is not something that can be decided on a whim. Let's be more cautious. After all, we don't have enough oxygen tanks. I tried to stop him, but my words made James' face darken immediately. Seeing that I had offended James, Lily took James' arm on her own initiative. "James is a professional mountaineering instructor. What do you know?" James followed with a sarcastic tone. "I've taught so many students, but I've never seen anyone do anything without oxygen." It was just a joke, but Lily took it seriously and came over to point at my oxygen tank. "Since you don't want to, then let go of the oxygen tank." "Are you crazy? Do you want me to die?" I held onto the oxygen tank, but she remained unmoved. Now I realized that Lily didn't care whether I lived or died. Because of my refusal, many people in the team backed out, and we had no choice but to rest where we were. Half an hour later, we set off again. Everyone was ready to go, but I couldn't find the oxygen tank. "Victor, you're the only one missing. Are you going to leave?" "We're in a hurry," James urged impatiently. "Let's go." Lily pulled James with a sly smile on her face. It seems that I really fell into her trap. There was no choice but to rest where I was until I found an oxygen tank. "The oxygen tank is lost, so is it." I think your wife will be lost soon too. Another teammate on the team gave me a disdainful look as he passed by me. My eyes also fell on Lily and James. I began to question myself. When did Lily and I become like this? After working overtime for a week, I finally got home early and bought Lily her favorite dessert. As soon as I walked in, I saw a strange man standing next to Lily. Lily didn't even look at the dessert in my hand and enthusiastically pulled the man to introduce it to me. Honey, let me introduce someone to you. The man took the opportunity to show his affection to me. Hello, my name is James, and I'm Lily's. As they spoke, the two men's eyes wandered. James. If I remember correctly, there was only one person named James around Lily, and that was her first love. When my first love suddenly came to visit me, I was naturally jealous, but I was more confused. Lily and I were already married, so why was I still in contact with my first love? What is he doing here? My tone was not very polite, but Lily didn't notice and continued talking to herself. James just came back from abroad and has nowhere to go for the time being, so I asked him to stay at home. Is that okay with you, husband? This is the first time I've heard in my life that a wife brings her first love home to live with her. She doesn't treat me as a human being at all. I put the snacks heavily on the table and was about to speak when Lily suddenly leaned close to me and whispered in my ear. Good husband, just a few days. He found the house and left. I learned a new trick, night, to give you a try. In front of James, Lily didn't shy away at all, which made my heart soften a little. Men also like to care about their reputation, especially men like me. Lily's intimate behavior towards me in front of James made me feel a little embarrassed, but James didn't show any expression. I'm going on a business trip in 2 days. You should hurry up and find a job and a house. Don't stay at my house. I emphasized several times that this is my home. Seeing that I reluctantly agreed, Lily was overjoyed and pulled me towards the dining room. Come on, honey, I made your favorite meal. During the meal, the two of them were very affectionate in front of me, reminiscing about the past and talking about the future. I was on pins and needles. You guys eat. I'm full. After returning to the room, the more I thought about it, the more cowardly I felt. I secretly cursed myself for being stupid. Isn't this creating conditions for my wife to be with other men? After a while, Lily came in and locked the door. Hubby, even though he is my first love, I have no feelings for him at all. Haha, how can first love be without feelings? Being able to be friends means you're still in love. Before I could finish my words, Lily's kiss blocked my mouth. I had a great time that night. Honey, I only have feelings for you. Lily leaned on my shoulder, her face blushing, and whispered gently. I don't know if she's really like that. Anyway, in my life, I have only reacted to Lily. Not only did she save my life, she also made me a real man again. My feelings towards Lily are also very complicated, including love, gratitude, and dependence. Then you should stay away from your first love. I pretended to be angry, but Lily acted like a spoiled child. Stingy guy, I won't do anything to him. I just feel sorry for him. We are still friends after all. From that day on, James always stood between me and Lily. As the days went by, their behavior became more and more outrageous, and my patience was limited. But Lily was sure that I couldn't live without her, and she pushed my bottom line again and again. James will show up at class reunions, family dinners, and even weekend shopping trips. If you don't know, you would really think they are a couple. Because of this, I don't know how many times I quarreled with Lily, but in return she accused me of being ignorant. I just went out shopping and eating with him. Why did you get so mad? Even if we're friends, shouldn't we have some sense of propriety? You don't consider my feelings at all. But my words made Lily furious. I don't consider your feelings? Why didn't you tell me when I was serving you? Why didn't you tell me when I wanted a child? As soon as she mentioned the child, I felt ashamed. Yes, not only am I impotent, my sexual quality is also poor, and I have never been able to make Lily pregnant. As she spoke, she started to cry out of grievance, and while crying she shouted to me. If James and I had the same idea, we would have gotten together long ago. Why would I still be clinging to you? The more Lily talked, the harder she cried. I felt so sorry for her, so I hugged her and tried to comfort her. My repeated indulgence of Lily resulted in her nearly losing her life and becoming completely deaf. I thought that returning home would allow me to relax physically and mentally. As I slumped down on the sofa and looked at the photo of Lily and I on the wall, I felt only irony. The suitcase couldn't hold all my clothes, so I just put a few in it. As she was pushing the suitcase out, Lily opened the door and went home, but her eyes were fixed on the suitcase. Honey, where are you going? I always helped you pack your luggage when you went on business trips before. How can you do it by yourself? I ignored her and walked out with my head down. Lily grabbed my arm. I won't let you leave. Come back. Let go. I've made it clear. There's no need for us to continue. I don't agree. Have you forgotten that I have done you a favor not to mention this world? I am the only one who treats you as a man. How dare you? When Lily said this, she was using my feelings for her as a bargaining chip. My dignity was trampled underfoot. I certainly won't be looking back. After leaving home, I returned to the company. Since we didn't have children over the years, I had been constantly compensating Lily financially. After marrying me, Lily never worked again, and I gave her a six-figure living allowance every month. I never let her worry about material things, and I give her absolute freedom and trust. I don't know what else I can do, or how else I can do it, to satisfy her. Perhaps from the very beginning, this woman was insatiable. I met Lily 6 years ago. We both joined a volunteer team to deliver supplies to children in mountainous areas. I often participate in such activities, and everyone in the team is my acquaintance. Coincidentally, Lily, who just graduated from college, came here with her cousin, and her cousin and I are old acquaintances as well. Xingyi, this is my sister. Please take care of her for me. Jiajia, don't worry. Joking aside, we knew each other. I was driving and Lily was sitting on the passenger seat. The other empty spaces in the car were filled with supplies. Don't worry, go to sleep if you want. I'm a well-known good person. As soon as we got in the car, Lily seemed very nervous. In order to ease the awkward and tense atmosphere, I found topics to chat with her along the way. The originally boring long journey became much more interesting because of her. Attention all teams, there is a landslide ahead. Be careful. Avoid it. The captain's road condition information suddenly came through the walkie-talkie. It is very normal to encounter landslides in mountainous areas. I have experienced many of them over the years. While I was on high alert, I was not too worried. Don't be afraid. I know this road well. We'll be there once we get over this mountain. After 20 minutes, more and more gravel fell on the top of the mountain, and my car was at the end of the pack, moving slower and slower. Look! Lily pointed at a shadow on the hillside ahead and screamed. Following the direction of her finger, I was instantly startled and broke out in a cold sweat. I saw a huge rock halfway up the mountain, which was about to collapse. Years of experience made me stop halfway. In that instant, the boulder fell down, and the loud noise of the collision echoed in the valley. Lily's face turned pale with fear. I didn't care about anything else. I changed the gear to reverse and backed up. It was not easy to turn around on this mountain road. If I remember correctly, there is a dirt road below this road that can temporarily lead down the mountain. The car definitely couldn't get down, so we had to abandon it to save our lives. But at the moment, I'm not sure if I can get through, but it's better than waiting to die here. Let's go, let's get out of here. After saying that, I opened the door, took out my backpack from the back, took out a few bottles of water and bread, and put them in the bag. Then he pulled Lily up and walked towards the small path. The situation was urgent, and they didn't care about the difference between men and women. Slow down, jump down, and I'll catch you. Lily didn't hesitate and jumped, and soon we both avoided the most dangerous section of the road. There was a loud noise and thunder in the sky. If it rained, and there was a mudslide and landslide, we would definitely die here. As I was thinking this, I felt a huge shadow above my head and subconsciously pushed Lily towards the cliff. Careful! After Lily screamed, I was hit on the back by the rubble. Afraid that she would worry, I endured the pain and forced a smile. Are you okay? Let's go. But the next second, I couldn't stand and fell directly to the ground. After trying several times, I finally stood up. Lily had never seen such a scene before and was terrified. There is no other way. We can only find a relatively safe place to take shelter temporarily. Not only was there no cell phone signal along the way, but even the walkie-talkie was silent. Brother Chenyu, you are bleeding. Lily pointed at my back with a trembling voice, her voice filled with tears. After she finished speaking, I felt the pain. I was hit by the broken pieces and my head and back were injured. It's okay. I bravely stood up and tried to perform a set of military boxing, but before I could take out the tent from my backpack, my eyes went dark and I fell down. When I woke up again and found Lily lying in my arms, my dizzy head instantly became clear. It's impossible. Looking at our clothes scattered in the tent, even a fool would know what happened. But the possibility of this happening to me is too small. Lily slowly stood up at the side. My cousin said you were impotent, but last night you... Lily's words made a grown man like me blush. You were unconscious yesterday. Your body was cold. I was afraid you might die, so I tried to keep you warm, but who knew you would do those things to me? Lily spoke with accusations and complaints. I have had a hidden illness for many years. No matter how successful my career is, this is my pain as a man. During my physical examination last year, Sister Jia accidentally discovered this secret when she was registering my health information. I put a lot of thought into getting her to keep this secret from me. Unexpectedly, she told her cousin Lily right away. Well, I'm sorry. This is just an old problem of mine. As the words came to my lips, a lot of memories of last night came to my mind. In a daze, I did do those things to Lily, but she seemed to be more proactive. Everything seemed to happen so naturally, but no matter who took the initiative, I must be responsible for Lily. Only, I was completely lost in thought, and the long silence made Lily's expression change. Humph, I'm your savior, and now you don't admit it? I'm sorry, I will take responsibility for you. I quickly apologized, but I had taken so many medicines and seen so many doctors, but I still couldn't recover. How did Lily do it? Recalling the scenes I had dreamed of, I actually felt it again. Even if I have no shame, I dare not do it again and can only endure it. When I diverted my attention, I realized that the wounds on my back and head had already been treated by Lily. If it weren't for her, I might have died here. The sky cleared, and the signal slowly recovered. A few hours later, we got in touch with the main group and quickly packed up and returned to the car. The rubble from the landslide ahead had been almost cleared by the rescue road maintenance team. I helped push a few pieces of rubble and drove to meet up with the main force. After returning to the city, Lily was always worried about me and stayed by my side to take care of me. It is said that those who survive a great disaster will be blessed in the future. I felt more grateful and guilty towards Lily. After all, I did such a thing to Lily under such circumstances, and I felt very complicated. Oddly enough, because of Lily, I regained my confidence and became more successful. So naturally, we became boyfriend and girlfriend. Within half a year, I publicly expressed my love to Lily and got married quickly, spending a huge amount of money to create a dream wedding for Lily. Lily, you are like my lily and my medicine. It is my blessing to marry you. This is what I really think. It was because of those previous things that I forgave and tolerated Lily's excessive behavior time and time again. But things have come to this. I don't want to endure it anymore. Mr. Shun, this is your physical examination report for this year. Dr. Luo will make an appointment with you for a follow-up examination. The secretary handed me the physical examination report. After the injury, I made an appointment for a full physical examination for fear that I might have other problems besides deafness. I then called Dr. Luo. Boss Shun, although you look healthy now, it seems that you have always been in deficit. What's the meaning? Dr. Luo was hesitant on the phone and insisted that I go to his private hospital, and he specifically emphasized that I should go alone. The more he acted like this, the more panicked I became. But I also thought it through on the way. The worst that could happen is that things would go back to the way they were before. So what? When I saw Dr. Luo, he looked serious. Mr. Shun, have you had any changes in your diet, or are there any things you have been eating for a long time? Don't beat around the bush with me, just speak your mind. I now suspect that you have chronic poisoning. Liver damage and blood sedimentation have detected some kind of toxin. Poisoned. I tried hard to recall my diet and the people I had come into contact with over the past year, but I didn't find anything special. But what Dr. Luo said next shocked me. I've always thought that it's abnormal that you can have a normal married life. His words made me fall into deep thought. In fact, he didn't need to tell me that I had been vaguely wondering over the years what was so special about Lily that could help me regain my former glory. Dr. Luo didn't elaborate further, but just told me not to let Lily know about this. Not only that, the permanent damage to my ear is impossible to recover. After experiencing life and death, my mind became clearer. The first thing was to ask someone to investigate Lily and her cousin. I had my suspicions back then. I have always believed that Lily is a gift from God to me, so I insist on doing charity work every year. He loves Lily in every way and is willing to do anything as long as she is happy. At that time, only Sister Jia knew that I was impotent. But within a few months, I met Lily. After having sex with Lily for the first time, I became addicted to her both physically and mentally. But some details now cannot stand up to scrutiny. Every time Lily and I shared a room, we would get a little drunk. She said that the more relaxed I was, the easier it would be to succeed. Later, I became more and more dependent on Lily. I never had any second thoughts about her, and I never doubted Lily. Lily touched my bottom line again and again for money and her first love, James, but I just wanted her to be happy. I could only turn a blind eye to her closeness with James. I felt guilty towards her because we couldn't have a child because of me. In fact, I should have realized earlier that what Lily wanted most was my life. No matter how much money or material things I give her, she will never be satisfied. This mountain climbing activity was just the beginning of her plan, but she didn't expect that I was just deaf. As long as I am still alive, naturally she will not agree to divorce me. A week later, a detailed investigation report was placed in front of me. Every photo and every word hurts my heart deeply. I watched it from the beginning to the end, and even a grown man like me was terrified. For so many years, I have kept a poisonous snake by my side. From the very beginning, my encounter with Lily was a conspiracy and calculation between Lily and her cousin. But because of that hidden illness, I chose to remain deaf and blind and not investigate. Over the years, although my business in this city is not big, it is also one of the leading enterprises and involves many industries. Because of his hidden illness, he seemed to be away from women in recent years. Many people have tried to find partners for me, but I always refused with various reasons. Sister Guangjia introduced a few to me tentatively, until she found out that I was impotent. Sister Jia seems to be much more enthusiastic towards me than before. My ability to marry Lily so quickly is also inseparable from Sister Jia's encouragement. As for Lily being able to help me regain my virility, it was just that she would put a kind of medicine in the wine and on myself every time. Although this medicine can make me return to normal, its effect is too strong. Toxins will accumulate over time, and the damage to my body will be irreversible. And Lily never loved me. Boss Shun, the lady is at the door, clamoring to see you. Not see. The secretary understood and left. Less than 5 minutes later, Lily's noisy voice reached my ears. My resting ears suddenly received these noises, which gave me a splitting headache. I took a painkiller, and the noise was barely relieved. The quarrel lasted for more than an hour before it finally quieted down. The secretary pushed open the office door with a dusty face. "Boss Shun, this is what my wife brought you. She asked me to give it to you personally." I looked at the thermos lunchbox in the secretary's hand and heard that it contained soup and snacks made by Lily for me. Who knows what means Lily will use to drug me this time. Looking at these foods, I still feel scared. "Take it to Dr. Luo." Seeing my serious expression, the secretary did not dare to delay. "But for the sake of money, since she wants it so much, I will give it to her. I want to see if she can accept it." That night, when I asked my secretary to go home and get something for me, I deliberately left a contract and a project plan on the coffee table. As early as a year ago, Lily and James started a new company without my knowledge. She thought I didn't know. But in this circle, there is no such thing as an impenetrable wall. Sure enough, Lily has been quiet since this contract appeared at home. He no longer comes to the company and no longer calls his secretary. Through the surveillance camera at home, I looked at the greedy looks of Lily and James and felt a tightness in my chest. "Boss Shin, do you want to keep an eye on the madam? This project." Perhaps the secretary couldn't stand Lily's greed anymore, so he asked me carefully, even though he was always cautious. "No need. Tell your subordinates not to interfere. Even if someone dies, don't do anything about it." Lily didn't even think twice about the 60 million contract and just dragged James to sign it. She thought that business was really that easy to do. Which of the resources she can mobilize is not for my sake. If I don't give her face, she won't be able to succeed. 3 months later, I saw Lily again. This time, she openly held James' arm, and the two of them appeared at a business dinner wearing haute couture dresses. Lily looked around and saw me walking towards me with a proud look on her face. "Victor, I'll give you one more chance. If you withdraw the divorce lawsuit, I won't tell anyone about your secret." "Haha, women only know how to find my weaknesses. I've been to the gates of hell once, and you still care about this? Divorce, no room for negotiation." "Mr. Shun, you must have misunderstood me and Lily. We are just the best partners." James' humble look makes me sick. They both have the nerve to appear in front of me. They are so shameless. "After all these years, you haven't had enough of being a gigolo. Do you still want to be my bootlicker?" Seeing me speak rudely to James, Lily got angry. "Victor, who do you think you are? You just have a few bucks. Who do you think you are? I'm telling you, within half a year, I'll be kneeling in front of you and begging you for mercy." Lily is really confident in herself, but she still knows too little about me. Her voice became louder and louder, and her confidence came only from the fact that the project had just received a payment of 20 million yuan. A mere 20 million was only enough to buy an admission ticket to this banquet. Just by entering the door, Lily thought she had squeezed into this circle. All the money I've given her over the years has been wasted. Naturally, I didn't give them a good face, and Lily was very angry. "Who do you think you are? We just lacked opportunities in the past. You are just a loser." Lily changed her usual gentle tone and raised her voice deliberately. She finally took off her disguise. "I am indeed a coward. I didn't deal with you two bastards sooner." She thought I would spoil her. She was overthinking. Seeing me say this, Lily suddenly smiled evilly and came closer to me. "Victor, if I made your impotence known to the public, would you thank me?" Even at this time, she still doesn't forget to threaten me. "Ha ha ha ha, you try it. As your ex-wife, I'd better give you some face. If the president of the Chamber of Commerce knew about this, TSK, I don't want you to really beg for food." She thought I was scared and laughed wildly. But she wasn't that stupid. This time she just wanted to warn me. After all, the project was still in progress. The two people were jumping around in front of me like clowns. They might have forgotten my true identity, Victor. "Boss Shun, you just let them go like this? They are so infuriating." A long-term partner of mine was resentful behind my back. "It's not that I don't want to retaliate. It's just that the time has not come yet." I pretended to spread the news that my company was not doing well and would soon face asset restructuring, just waiting for Lily to take the bait. A list of all the companies in the city that wanted to join the Chamber of Commerce appeared on my desk early in the morning. The first thing that catches your eye is Lily and James Yifeng Group. Just the day before yesterday, Lily was so self-righteous and bought a small company under my name in a very high-profile manner. She wanted to ride on my head and shit on me, just to see how miserable I looked. However, she didn't expect that this action would backfire on her. Except for this one, all others are admitted according to the rules. Only half a day after the work was arranged, Vice President Lu Guanhua walked in with a grim face. "What's wrong with you? Don't you care about your wife's affairs?" Everyone knows that Lily was once my wife, but Lily never knew that I was the president of the Chamber of Commerce. A project worth 60 million plus the acquisition of small companies really meant that her capital chain could not sustain for too long. The only chance to survive was to join the Chamber of Commerce to attract investment, but she was stuck at the door and couldn't get in. Lily contacted all the connections she knew, including Vice President Lu Guanhua. "Who cares? I've divorced her, so what does her life or death have to do with me? Why are you still thinking of helping her get involved in this mess?" "How dare I? That's it. Lu Guanhua suddenly became hesitant and finally sighed. "This woman is so cruel. She said if I don't help her, she'll expose the fact that I have a mistress outside. Ha ha ha. As expected, Lily made use of the connections her cousin had accumulated over the years and collected a lot of evidence against the other party, and she used it all at this moment. Lu Guanhua cheated for a moment, and if the tigress at home found out, he would not have a good ending. Seeing how pitiful he looked, I really couldn't bear it, so I agreed to let him arrange a meeting between Lily and the president. Lu Guanhua was also afraid that the night would be too long, and he booked a meeting and negotiation at the Chamber of Commerce's internal hotel that night. I arrived half an hour later than the agreed time. The moment I pushed open the door of the private room, Lily was visibly stunned. Victor, why are you still haunting me? Aren't you deaf in one ear? How come the good ear you have left is the one with the sharp hearing? Oh, by the way, you are here to beg me to let you live? Lily's face was full of pride. In her eyes, I was a complete loser, a defeated opponent at her hands. She was so focused on calculations that she had no brains for business. I smiled without saying anything and sat down in the main seat. Victor, have you any shame? Get out of here now and don't interrupt our business. Lily, don't talk to Brother Shin like that. James is older than me, and he keeps calling me brother. Don't try to get close to me. Who are you calling me brother? I'm not looking down on you. But with this project, it's impossible for you to join the Chamber of Commerce. Fart. James was pretending to be a decent person 1 second, but he was totally gone the next. I heard that your company went bankrupt. If you beg me now, maybe the president will come and I can help you to speak for him. Looking at them singing in unison, I really wanted to laugh. James, aren't you afraid? Aren't you afraid that the woman in front of you will do the same thing for a bigger platform and more money? I snorted coldly. James looked confident. You underestimate our relationship. Now that things have come to this, there's no need to be nice to them anymore. I took out my cell phone and made a call. Lu Guanhua, Yifeng Group is not allowed to join any Chamber of Commerce in this city within 10 years. There was silence for more than 10 seconds on the other end of the phone before someone replied, got it. Lily was furious and rushed over to snatch my phone. James even pretended to hit me. If you're not afraid of the two of you appearing on the front page tomorrow, go ahead. Seeing my posture, Lily was the first to react. No, that's impossible. You are the president. You're not stupid. I thought you were thinking of poisoning, drugging, catching people with evidence, and other such vile things. I turned to look at James and said, you should be careful. Don't die in vain one day. James listened to what I said. His face turned pale. He was of course well aware of Lily's methods. Before I could continue, Lily pointed at me and stopped me from talking nonsense. There was no way she could bring that matter up to the table, so I took out a piece of A4 paper. You guys, don't think about whether to enter the Chamber of Commerce or not. Just think about how to compensate first. Compensation? The two said in unison. Lily snatched the document and glanced at it briefly before her eyes widened in disbelief. This is impossible. The 60 million project contract was a bet agreement. They only cared about the 60 million amount and forgot about the additional terms in the agreement. It is extremely difficult for them to make money. I warned you in advance, but you didn't believe me. Victor, you are not a human being. You schemed against me. Who is scheming against whom? Why did you approach me in the first place? Why did you marry me? Don't you know what's going on? I really don't want to say those dirty deeds from my mouth. Everything is fake. Even the name is fake. Lily's real name is not Lily. She changed it to make it closer to my name. I just don't believe it. A lean camel is bigger than a horse. After all, our company still has several projects that are making money. I don't believe we can't make back the money. How could Lily and James give up? Their dream of becoming rich has just begun. They have just bought a big villa and a luxury car. In their eyes, the good days have just begun. Within 3 days, you will receive a court summons. Don't forget to appear in court then. Isn't it just a divorce? Do you think I really love you? I feel sick every time I make out with you. After Lily said this, she wanted to pull James away, but since we were already here, how could I leave so easily? I originally wanted to give them 2 days to catch their breath, but now it seems that there is no need for that at all. I turned on my phone and made a call. After just 2 rings, 5 security guards immediately appeared at the door. At my eye signal, I forced Lily and James to sit back in their seats. James. Lily held James' hand, her eyes full of anticipation. I almost forgot that James has many titles. He is not only a mountaineering coach, but also a Sanda coach. In order to save face in front of Lily, he took a deep breath and punched directly. Unfortunately, before I could see what moves he used, he was knocked to the ground. Murder. Is there anyone here? Call the police. Seeing James being beaten to a pulp, Lily struggled to escape. Unfortunately, in my territory, no one would care about her even if she screamed at the top of her lungs, not to mention that it was James who started it first, and we were just acting in self-defense. Since you are standing up for Lily, you should pay the penalty for breach of contract on her behalf. All my money is with Lily. When talking about money, James' eyes wandered. Oh, by the way, Lily, do you know that your first love, his second child, just started kindergarten this year? I don't know if I told you this. Second child? What second child? James is single. What a single guy. These two are really the same kind of people. If I hadn't investigated carefully, I wouldn't have discovered that James had a wife and 2 children hiding in the mountains of his hometown. No, don't listen to his nonsense. I knew James wouldn't believe it, so I put the photo of James going home to visit his family in front of Lily. James, you lied to me. Lily is really infatuated, but it's a pity that her first love is exactly the same kind of person as her. To put it bluntly, James just wants to make money from Lily and spend it on his wife and children. Moreover, 3 of the shares in Yifeng Group are registered under the name of James' wife. After all the scheming, Lily couldn't escape the schemes of those around her. Watching them fighting each other, I didn't feel any pleasure at all. Instead, I felt a tightness in my chest. I left the private room in between their fight and insults. My chest and ears felt stuffy and painful, and I took several deep breaths before I felt better. That night, Lily was sent to the hospital after being beaten by James, and it seemed that he had used heavy force. On the day of the court hearing, Lily did not appear in court, but appeared in front of me instead. I don't know how she avoided security and waited for me in the underground parking garage. Xingyi, I was wrong. Can you please forgive me? I really can't afford to pay so much money. You. Just do it for the sake of me letting you feel the happiness of a man. Please. Lily knelt and moved towards me, but just as her hand touched my leg, I subconsciously dodged. She still had bruises on her face. Roll. Even if I beg you, I was wrong. I don't want to divorce you. I will never be with James again. I have been deceived by him before. Lily begged me again and again, but my heart was already cold. Soon, Lily was taken away by the security personnel who arrived. This time she was at her wit's end. The company was shut down and all assets were frozen. Lily couldn't bear the loss of all the money she had just earned. Late one night, she committed suicide by jumping into the river. As for James, he is not in a good situation either. You can't escape the consequences. With my intervention, he went bankrupt and became addicted to gambling. His wife also divorced him and took the children with her. Now I live worse than a dog. He will never be able to turn things around in this life.